Okay, welcome back. Make sure you put your phone on the music stand of your piano and let's practice together. So today we're going to do a couple things. First of all, I'd recommend that you always do your scale routine first. Today we only have C major, so that's not going to take us very long. And then we're going to learn two scales, the F major scale and the G major scale, and then we're going to get into studying the blues. So let's just get started with our scale routine. So all we want to do is very comfortably say up and down the C major scale. I'll demonstrate it once. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Let's say and play it once together. Make sure you just use one finger. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, say it. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay, if you had any troubles with that, or if there was a glitch in it, hit pause and do it until it's comfortable on your own. F major scale. Now the F major scale is the song Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do from F to F. But to make it sound correct, we have to put a B flat in the middle of it. And a B flat is the closest black key to B. In fact, it's the only black key touching B. And it's called a flat because it's a half step lower. So if we take a note, B, and we lower it one adjacent key, it becomes a B flat. So when we play that note, we want to make sure we say B flat because B flat and B are different notes. And long term, that's going to be very important to distinguish the two in our mind. All right, so here I'm going to demonstrate F, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. Let's say it and play it together. 1, 2, ready, play it. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. Very good. If that was uncomfortable at all, hit pause and do it until it is comfortable. And always make sure that you say it because that's going to help us identify the letter names on the piano. Okay, so let's move on and learn the G major scale. So you could probably already guessed, it's going to start on a G. It's going to go to the note G. And to make it sound correct, we'll need to play an F sharp. Now an F sharp is the black key that's closest to the note F. But this time you'll notice that it's a half step higher. So when we sharp a note, it's moving a half step up. So this is F sharp. And when we say the scale, make sure that you say F sharp. So it goes G to G alphabetically, and we say F sharp. Here, I'll demonstrate it. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. Let's say it together. 1, 2, ready, say it. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. Okay, if there were any glitches or it felt uncomfortable, just pause, practice it until it is. Well, let's dig into the blues because that's going to give us a place where we can really dig into playing. And the blues, the word blues has several definitions. One of them is like the feeling, like of melancholy and sadness. Like Jimmy has the blues because something unfortunate happened to Jimmy. So that's one definition of the blues. Another, it can refer to a genre of music, like the blues, meaning Buddy Guy, B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, that type of music. And that type of music is important to American music culture because it gave the birth to early rock and roll and has heavily influenced popular music since then. And the jazz stuff was influenced by the blues very much too. So that's the second definition. And the third definition of the blues is it can refer to a form, a musical form. And it's a 12-bar form, meaning it's 12 measures long. It can be 16 or 24, but for sure, 12 bars is the most common. And it has a specific sequence of chords. And here's the sequence of chords. It's C, 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 F, F, C, C, G, G, C, C. And these letters are called chord symbols, and they indicate a scale and a chord. So the ones that we're looking at, just coincidentally, are the scales that we know: the C scale, the G scale, and the F scale. And when you see a chord symbol that's just a letter by itself, it means major. Now, the blues is typically dominant chords, but we're not going to talk about that today. Today, major will suit our purpose as well. All right, so each one of those letters indicates a measure of music, meaning it takes 4 beats to do it. So if we played the first one, I'll just play it on one note. It'd be C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. And that would be the first line, and that's what a measure is, and it's 4 beats, and we can say the letter name 2, 3, 4 and have 4 little beats represented. Okay, so what we're going to do with these is we're going to play, first of all, a voicing, a chord voicing in our right hand. And a voicing just means the way you would place a chord on the piano. So it's how you arrange the notes of a chord on the piano. So our first chord voicing, we're just going to use the 1 and the 3 of the scale. So if we took a C scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, you already know that, and we numbered it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, our first voicing is going to be 1 and 3. And let's just play it with these 2 fingers. So we should probably talk about that too. When we number our fingers on the piano, the thumb is 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky being 5. So thumb is 1, index is 2, middle is 3, ring is 4, pinky is 5. Okay, so we're going to use our thumb and our index fingers, so that's fingers 1 and 2. And that'll be our C chord. So if we played the first line with the C chord, it'd just be C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy. Then we need to go to F. Well, what we want to do is just move our thumb to F. And notice I didn't move my fingers at all. I just kept them in the same position because we want to do the same voicing in F. So if we counted an F scale, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3 would be an F and an A. So let's just play that line, starting with F. Here we go. F, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Well, you're probably catching on, so you kind of figured out that now we'll just move our thumb to the G, right? And if we counted up a G scale, 1 is G, 3 is the B. So it's going to be these 2. And my fingers can still stay in that same position, right? They kind of be frozen in that position. Here's G. G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's just play the whole thing. I'll count off. We'll play 1 time through the form. Now the form, I'll use the word form or the word chorus, is 1 time through the chord progression. And if you're playing a blues tune like in a band or on stage or for a song, that form would continue to repeat. So when you practice, play it many, many times. But for the sake of the video, we're just going to play it 1 time through. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. So this is a good time to pause and rewind the video and play that until it's comfortable, and then play it a couple times on your own, like independently. And that's what we're going to do today with our right hand. So now let's check out what we can do with our left hand. So our left hand, we're going to play a bass line. And so we played this on middle C. So I'm just going to at least drop this down 1 octave. And we're going to lay our little finger on the C. So instead of referencing, like when we did our right hand, we referenced the C with our thumb. When we play with our left hand, we're going to reference the C with our pinky. And it's, if we put our little finger on a C and then let every finger have a white key, all adjacent white keys, we can play a bass line that is the notes 1, 2, 3, 5 in any key. But in the key of C, 1, 2, 3, 5 will be C, D, E, G. Or you could think of it as finger numbers, 5, 4, 3, 1. Or you could think of it as your fingers, you know, pinky, ring, middle, thumb. It doesn't really matter. You need to know that you referenced the C with your pinky, and it has 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, which takes a whole measure. So we can do this pattern 4 times and it'll play the first line of the blues. So here we go. I'm going to demonstrate that. So here's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first line of the blues. Well, the whole time, if you noticed, we've been skipping the F. Well, that's where we go next. So once again, we can keep our hand in the exact same position, just move our pinky to the F, and we can play the exact same shape because we want to play 1, 2, 3, 5 in the key of F. 1, 2, 3, 5 in the key of F ends up being F, G, A, C. We could think of it as finger numbers, 5, 4, 3, thumb, or we could think of it as our fingers, which would be pinky, ring, middle, thumb. Any way you look at it, we're playing 2 Fs because it's 4 beats, and then we'll move back to C, right? So here's the second line. It goes 1, 2, here we go. F, G, A, C, 2, 2, 3, 4, back to C. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now the last line, it's the exact same thing again, except we have to play G. Well, our thumb's on G, right? When we play a C, our thumb's on G, so we could just move our pinky to that G, and we'd have 1, 2, 3, 5 in the key of G, which is G, A, B, C, or 5, 4, 3, 1 with fingers, numbers, or our fingers, pinky, ring, middle, thumb. Whatever you need to do is okay, but we're doing 2 of them, so let's just do that. G, 2, back to C, C, 2. And that's the whole thing. Let's do the bass line to the blues 1 time the whole way through. 1, 2, here we go. C, 2, 3, 4, moving to F, F, 2, back to C, C, C again, moving to G, G again, back to C. Okay, really good idea to pause the video and play that a bunch of times to get comfortable. It might be a couple days until you can actually play along with that video, but maybe not. Maybe you can do it the first try. So the last thing we're going to do today is put both hands together, because what we have to do is we play our voicing with our right hand, and we can start, we want to play the voicing in our pinky at the same time, because that would be beat 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Now everything's going to move to F, right? So at the beginning, you just want to take your time doing this. And then everything just moves to F. F, 2, 3, 4, F again, and back to C. Now we move everything to G. Right? And then we'll go back to C. Okay, I'm going to count this off a little bit slower, and let's play it together. 1, 2, here we go. So C, 2, 3, 4. Now already looking at that F. Here it is. F. F again. We're looking at the C. Here comes C. And here we go. We're going to the G. To the C. So once again, you can pause the video, do that independently, and then rewind and practice along with it a bunch of times. So that's a lot for one day. It's really good. Okay, so hit the like button and hit the bell so you get notified when the next one comes up, if that's what you want to do. And have a great day and have fun.